Humans will always be influenced by the cultural and societal events they are immersed in. The Baroque Era was a time that gave us some of history's greatest masterpieces, both musically and artistically. Hi, my name is Amy Bowens, and I'm a sophomore nursing major here at the University of Mount Union. Today I will be presenting on the style period of the Baroque Era. The Baroque Era began around 1600 and ended around 1750, beginning internationally in Western Europe. The Baroque Era was strongly influenced by themes of the Catholic Church. The painter I chose was Caravaggio. Caravaggio was born in 1571 and died in 1610. As stated by the Art History Modern Insight website, Caravaggio's populist portrayals of religious figures were groundbreaking, showing biblical characters in a non-idealized fashion through the addition of signs of age and poverty and the use of contemporary clothing. This served to humanize the divine, making them more accessible to the average viewer. The painting I chose was the Conversion of St. Paul in 1600, painted by Caravaggio. So a little bit of background about the painting. So Paul was formerly known as Saul, and when he was little, Saul had a great appreciation for Jewish traditions and beliefs, so his parents sent him to Jerusalem. While he was in Jerusalem, a lot of people were converting to Christianity from Judaism, and Saul did not like this. He hated these people based off the fact that they were solely converting to Christianity from Judaism. So as he got older, Saul decided to start killing these people based solely off the fact that they were converting to Christianity from Judaism. Saul and a group of men were on their way to Damascus to kill a group of Christians when a bright light shone down on Saul and blinded him. The bright light was Jesus, and Jesus asked Saul why he was persecuting him and his people. Saul was left blind for 3 days after this epiphany. From that point on, Saul converted to Christianity and started to preach about Jesus and his miracles, and he also changed his name to Paul. In the painting, you can see areas of action and movement within Saul being blinded by the light and falling off his horse, and his men trying to help him. The painting is also very emotional and dramatic. One of the most dramatic parts of this painting, I believe, is Saul falling off his horse. There is a bold use of color within the red cloth that is on the ground near Saul's body. There are areas of light and dark space that Caravaggio used as focal points to direct his viewers to the important and dramatic areas of the painting. I believe the focal point of this piece of work is Saul being blinded. Caravaggio uses light colors to emphasize what is happening in the painting and where he wants his viewers' attention to go. There is also an overlapping of people and figures in this work of art. There's a lot going on within this piece, and a lot of characters are being put into action. The political and societal trends that influence a lot of artists and composers within this area are the Counter-Reformation and the Council of Trent. According to the New World Encyclopedia, the Counter-Reformation was a period of revival within the Catholic Church, beginning with the Council of Trent from 1545 to 1563, which inspired many artists to create religious-themed works of art. What started the Counter-Reformation was Martin Luther stapling his 95 Theses to the church door. In these 95 Theses, Luther attacked the Catholic Church for selling indulgences. Indulgences were pieces of paper that stated whoever bought the indulgence could go straight to heaven, and Luther did not believe in this idea. This then started the division within the Catholic Church. During the Counter-Reformation was the Council of Trent. The Council of Trent was one of the Catholic Church's most important ecumenical meetings of this time. During the Council of Trent, it was stated that religious themes and symbols should be incorporated into different types of artwork. The music style I chose during this time period was a work by Antonio Vivaldi entitled 4 Seasons. There is a group of sonnets entitled 4 Sonnets, whom the author is unknown. Many speculate that Vivaldi is the author of these 4 sonnets to go with his musical work of the 4 Seasons. In his 4 Seasons, Vivaldi describes what happens during each of the 4 seasons of summer, spring, fall, and winter. Vivaldi so vividly describes what happens during each of these seasons, it feels like you're looking out the window and watching the seasons as they come and go. The literary style that I chose for this time period is Paradise Lost by John Milton. According to the New Arts Library, Paradise Lost is about Adam and Eve, how they came to be created and how they came to lose their place in the Garden of Eden, also called Paradise. It's the same story you find in the first pages of Genesis, expanded by Milton into a very long, detailed narrative poem. It also includes the story of the origin of Satan. The book displays great themes of drama and also strong religious themes, since the book was based off the first few books of the Bible. In conclusion, I believe practically anything can be inspiring to humans, whether that be books, music, religion, nature, or even other people. I think it's very evident that in the Baroque era, a lot of the artists were inspired by nature or other people, or specifically religion. All forms of art can produce an interconnected experience with people all over the world. Here are my sources, and thank you for listening.